Hey, what's up guys and welcome back to Anime King 2. And today I'm going to be doing part 20 of What If Naruto Was a Vampire. Remember to get this one to 100 like as usual, share this to all of your friends in your social media platform, and also stay in tune because after this I'm going to be posting a new episode of What If Aizuna Uchiha Was Naruto's ancestor. So stay in tune for that and I hope you guys enjoy. And over on Anime King, I post a new episode of What If Naruto was from the two greatest clans. So go ahead and check out that and enjoy. And later on, I'm going to be posting What If Naruto was neglected by everyone. So stay in tune for that and I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. And I'm going to be posting a new episode of What If Naruto returned different after his training trip. So stay in tune for that as well guys. And remember, if you're new and you enjoy the videos on both Anime King and Anime King 2, go ahead and click that red subscribe button and become a part of the Anime King family. And thank you for all of your help and support. And yeah, without further ado, let's begin this new episode. Start the intro.
I think the girls with their nails done now. Girls with their nails done. I think the girls with their
So, the last time we left off, Naruto returned back to the village after taking care of Orochimaru. A week has passed as everyone knows that Naruto is alive. Tsunade has also given Yujito a tuning position and given Eva a joining position, seeing that Eva is already on that level. And she is basically a part of Konoha, seeing how long she has been here. Meanwhile, Sasuke is out as he's gathering his team. He already got Suigetsu as he's going for Karin next. As Kabuto had a genius plan. Kabuto has been working with Konan from the Akatsuki as Kabuto wanted to be a member of the Akatsuki. And he's been working on a secret project, the arm that Orochimaru got from Naruto. Orochimaru was trying to replicate it and create some new substance and find out more about the vampirism out of it. But Orochimaru was going about it all wrong. Instead, Kabuto took samples of the arm as he used various tests and also other different experiments to grow an artificial human being out of it. He also added Sasuke blood with it, and he was right. The person that was created, which Kabuto called Project X, just calling him X, he has a 3-totem Sharingan in both eyes, as they were fully developed. He basically looked like Naruto as well, but he has black hair, as Kabuto had implanted memories in his head of Naruto betraying him, and all of them at the village turned on him, implanting a lot of fake memories in his head. Meanwhile, Naruto along with Eva and Yujito, as Yujito's appearance has changed a lot, as Naruto has used the Kyuubi's chakra as he placed some sort of a genjutsu on her that was really strong. No Byakugan eyes or Sharingan could spot the difference, seeing how dense the Kyuubi chakra was. And now she can come with them on mission. As Tsunade gave them a mission, the Kazekage has been kidnapped. As the group headed off. Sometime later, the group was in a cave as the sandstorm was blowing outside, so they couldn't head to the sand right now, as they had to wait till all of that settled down. As Naruto was talking to Yujito, and she surprised him out of the blue, telling him that she wants to become a vampire. Meanwhile, X was pissed off, as all of these memories that Kabuto implanted in his head show him how bad Naruto and Eva was, betraying him and leaving him for dead, as X wanted to kill the both of them. So yeah guys, that was basically the last where we left off. You guys can your cards, place and check it out for yourself, so let's start this new episode. Did I just hear you correctly? Naruto asked, as he was still in the cave, as he was looking at Yujito. Yeah, she said. Why? Naruto asked. Well, what do you mean why? She said. Exactly. Why do you want to become a vampire? He asked. I never thought that you would want to become like me. You already told us your goal back at Konoha, that you're going to start a whole village with nothing but vampire, and I wish to be a part of that. I know, but I never thought, didn't even tell you, about the backlash of being a vampire, he asked. What do you mean, she said. About the bloodlust, the hunger, and rage, Naruto said. I know, but as long as I get to stay with you guys, I'll be fine. Huh? Naruto said. Yeah, she said. As long as I get to stay with you guys, I'll be fine. Are you sure about this? Naruto asked. 100% sure. So, can you do it for me? We'll talk about this when we return back to the village, said Naruto. But, if you truly want this, I don't see any problem, he said. Really? She said, a smile on her face. Yeah, Naruto said. Meanwhile, X was currently standing in front of Kabuto. As Kabuto looked at him, X just asked Kabuto, where is Naruto? You're not ready yet, said Kabuto. What do you mean, said X. You're not ready to face him yet. Remember what happened the last time. I know he defeated me the last time and left me for dead, but this time, I will win. And how are you going to do that, asked Kabuto. I just know it, X said. Now tell me, where is he? I can't do that. What? X said. You're not ready to face off against Naruto yet. If you go up against him now, you will be no match for him. I want my revenge. It doesn't matter what you say, said X. Now tell me, where is he? As Kabuto narrowed his eyes at him. It seems like this Project X was having a few faults in it. As he's supposed to be loyal 100%, by the way he's talking and acting. As Kabuto clenched his fist in anger, the sample that he took from the arm, it was able to create X, but other than that he tried many other experiments to replicate, but neither of them worked. X was the only successful person that he was able to create, but now he was misbehaving. X then closed his eyes. What are you doing? Asked Kabuto. Ever since I start to get back my memories, I start to feel this connection. I didn't know what it was, but now I understand. What are you talking about? Said Kabuto. I am somehow linked to Naruto. We are vampires after all. I don't know if that's a reason, but I can feel it. I can feel the connection even though it's faint. As X closed his eyes, as he could sense a strong pull coming towards him. Something pulling his body in a different direction. I found him, X said. As Kabuto tried to stop him, you're not ready. You're not ready to... But Kabuto was cut off as X backhanded him away into the wall. As Kabuto back hit the wall, damn it, he said, as he then reached into his robe to do something. But he stopped. There can still be a chance. Not now, Kabuto said, as X then dashed off. Kabuto then went into the room as he looked on the machine, as he knew where X was, as he had a tracker sealed on him so that he could find him anytime. As X was moving at incredible speed, he was just jumping from tree branch to tree branch. As Kabuto must say, his speed and everything, his awareness, everything. The next day, the group was at the Sand Village, as they were looking at Kankuro, who was suffering from a deadly poison inside his system, as the medics didn't have any way to save him. Even though they tried their best, they couldn't fix him. Can't you guys do something? Asked Yujito. Well, we can, Naruto said, but we're gonna need to get everyone out of here. What do you mean? Yujito asked. Well, we can't just show them what we're going to do like that. It's gonna be strange. I know what to do, Naruto said, as he walked up to Lady Chiyo. I have a way to fix Kankuro, he said. Do you now? Said Chiyo. And mind telling me what exactly is that way? She asked. Well, that's a Konoha's secret, so I can't really tell you. I need you to clear everyone out of here. What? You want me to leave you 3 Konoha ninjas in here by yourself with one of my dying Sand Shinobis? Well, do you think we're gonna do anything harmful to him? Do you really think that we're gonna risk to cause war just to kill Kankuro? I think you're losing your head, Granny, Naruto said. You young timers have no manners, she said, as she then heard Kankuro scream out at the medics try to hold him down. Alright everyone, exit the room. What? Said the medics. There is a way to save Kankuro, but all of you have to leave. What? As the medics looked very confused. Just do it, said Chiyo, as they looked at Kankuro, who was on the table as he was in extreme pain. Go make sure that she's alright, Naruto said as he looked at Yujito. Yujito nodded as she headed off, as Temari was in here a couple minutes ago, as she left in tears, thinking that her brother was going to die, knowing that neither of them are superior in healing medical ninjutsu. As Temari was sitting in the hall, as she saw all of the medics came out, as the fear struck her, wondering if her brother had died and they're leaving. She then saw Yujito came out with a smile on her face. "Don't worry," said Temari. "Huh? What's going on?" asked Temari. "Naruto has a way to help him." "How?" "Well, that's a Konoha's secret. That is why all the medics have to leave." "Huh?" Temari said, confused. "Don't worry, your brother is gonna be just fine." "I hope so," she said. "And the other brother, we will save Gaara. Don't worry, okay? We will make sure that we get them back to you." You really have a lot of confidence." "Yeah, I do. In my team, especially Naruto," she said. "When I came to the Chunin exams, I never saw you there. Are you new or something?" "Well, not really," said Yujito, scratching the back of her head. "I came to Konoha a while back, but I'm not really new," she said. "Oh," said Temari. Meanwhile, inside of the room, Eva bit her hand as she placed it at Konkuro's mouth as he started to drink the blood. As the toxin and the poison in his system start to be flushed out, as the vampire blood is capable of doing wonderful things such as destroying viruses or poison in the body. As Konkuro started to calm down, as his breathing returned back to normal, as Eva moved her hand as it healed, as Konkuro looked calm, he then slowly opened his eyes. What's going on?" he said. As both Naruto and Eva smiled. Time skip. 30 minutes later, the group was informed by everything that happened. The two Akatsuki members that captured Gaara. As Naruto was currently waiting for a report, as he summoned a whole bunch of clones earlier and sent them off into the direction. As the clones, using the Fox high sensory ability, they were able to find the location, as two of them were currently looking down on a cave. As they then poofed away, Naruto then smiled. "Found them," he said. "Huh?" said Temari. "I found them. I know where Gaara is." "Where?" she asked. "Don't worry, we'll go and get him back," Naruto said. "You guys are gonna need backup, help. I'll come with you," she said. "No, you can't do that," said Baki. "The village needs you right now." "What? I have to help them get Gaara back." "No, you can't do that, the village needs you," he said. "Don't worry, I'll go along with them," said a voice, as everyone turned to see Chiyo, as she was packed and ready. "Are you sure you can handle this?" "Oh lady," said Naruto. "It's gonna be difficult. I don't want you to go and break a few bones out there. As I say, you young ones are very disrespectful. But don't worry, I can handle myself," she said. "You just make sure you can keep up with me," she said to him. As Naruto chuckled, "We have to see about that, Granny," he said. Meanwhile, at the Akatsuki base, the group was currently in the process of extracting the One Tails, as it will be done very soon. As we currently have a hologramic Kabuto talking to Konan. "What?" she said. "How could you let him get away? I know exactly where he's going. It seems like he does have a connection with Naruto." "Yes, we've just got word that the nine-tailed brat is coming to us. He's gonna try and interrupt the sealing. Don't worry, X will cut him off. That should give you guys enough time to seal away the One Tails." "Are you sure that your creation will be strong enough to handle Naruto?" "Well, from the amount of rage and anger he has towards him, I believe that he will be able to destroy Naruto. And you guys can then take him and extract Nine Tails from him. And I can take his body and find out all the secrets," Kabuto said. "I will inform the leader about this," she said. As Kabuto hologram quickly vanished. "Meanwhile, Nagato," said Konan, as Nagato turned towards her. "It's X." "What? The creation?" "Yes, it has broken loose." "That's stupid, Kabuto," Nagato said. "Don't worry, he has a good track on him. And he's coming to the same location where we are. But Itachi and Kisame will handle Naruto. Don't worry, you don't have to bother sending them. X will handle Naruto. Are you sure he's strong enough to handle a Nine-Tailed Jinchuriki?" "Kabuto believes so, and I think we can trust him," she said. "Alright then, let's see what his little creation is capable of." Some time later, Naruto, along with Eva, Lady Chiyo, and Yujito, as they were dashing through the forest. They then came on a clearing. As they all jumped down, "It's just up ahead," said Naruto as they were walking. as Naruto felt that same sensation that he felt, but it was much more closer. As he stopped, "Naruto, what's wrong?" asked Yujito. "You remember that feeling I told you about?" "Yeah," she said. "Hey, what feeling?" asked Eva, as Chio didn't know what was going on either. "It's getting closer," Naruto said. But before he could say anything else, something dashed past them in a flash, taking Naruto with it. As all of them turned, "What the hell was that?" said Eva, as the thing kept on pushing Naruto with so much force. As Naruto crashed through a couple of trees, but the thing didn't stop as Naruto was sent flying as he slammed into a wall. As Naruto picked up himself, "What the hell?" he said, looking around. "You bastard," said a voice. As Naruto turned to see a man, well, he looked more like a teenager. He was wearing a face mask that covered his entire face, but he could see his eyes though, on the holes, which had Sharingans, as he could see his long, black flowing hair. "Wait. No, you're not Sasuke." "But the Sharingans." "Wait, can you be Itachi?" he said. "Are you Itachi?" Naruto asked. "I am no Itachi. I am your worst nightmare, Naruto Uzumaki." "Huh? My worst nightmare? Who the hell are you?" Naruto asked. "Don't you remember what you did to me?" "I don't even know you," Naruto said. It was then that Eva, Yujito, and Lady Chiyo appeared. As Eva walked over, "What's going on?" she asked. "Well, this guy just randomly attacked me. And the funny thing is, he has a Sharingan." "He has the Sharingan?" she said. "Is it Sasuke?" "No, it's not," Naruto said. "That's the confusing thing." "Then if it's not Sasuke, who is it?" Yujito asked, walking forward. "I have no idea." "All of you shut the hell up," said X, as he snapped his head towards Eva. "You betraying me," he said as he clenched his fists. "Huh? Who are you?" she said, confused. "Huh, I guess you should see the face of the person who's going to kill you," he said, as he grabbed his mask and ripped it off, as he crushed it in his palm. Meanwhile, a distance away, Black Zetsu came out from the ground as he was watching the entire thing. The three of them stood there with a confused look on their face. "Don't you recognize me?" X said. No," Naruto said. "How dare you?" said X. "How dare I what?" "Who are you?" Naruto asked. "You don't remember me? After all you put me through, you conniving bastard. And you wicked psychotic bitch," he said to Eva. "I suggest you watch your mouth," said Eva, "before I rip it off." "Wait, Eva," said Naruto. "Can you explain to me who the hell you are?" "Talking is over," X said. "It's time for you to pay." As he rushed at Naruto. "I'll handle this," Naruto said, as he slammed his fist into Naruto's face, sending Naruto flying back. As he sped after Naruto, he grabbed Naruto before Naruto could crash in the ground, as he lifted him by his shirt and slammed his head down into the ground. He then grabbed Naruto's leg and twisted him around and threw him straight up into the air. He then jumped up as he went behind Naruto and delivered a powerful ox kick Naruto's back, as it was a snapping sound as Naruto was sent spiraling as he hit the ground. A boom, as X stood there with a smile on his face. "It's just gonna get worse." But Naruto picked up himself as he brushed off his clothes. "I don't know what exactly you are, but somehow we're connected." "Huh, I don't know how. But I'm guessing this is some ditch last effort from Orochimaru." "Huh, it seems that even in his grave, he comes back to haunt me," said Naruto. "But as for you, I don't know what you're talking about or what I ever did to you. But it was a mistake of you coming here and trying to attack me now. Because you should know, I stopped playing games." X then watched Naruto blur out of sight. Even with his Sharingan, he couldn't follow Naruto's movements, as Naruto appeared behind him and grabbed his hand. With one swift motion, Naruto broke his hand, as X was kicked in the back. As Naruto stomped in his back with so much force, the ground underneath him shattered. Naruto grabbed his face and threw him up in the air, as Naruto came up with a downhouse kick that sent him spiraling. Before he could hit the ground, Naruto appeared, and sink his fist into X's face. X was sent flying as Naruto reappeared behind him and grabbed his hand and twisted him around, thrusting him hard into the ground. As X cried out in pain, but Naruto wasn't done yet as he grabbed his face and smashed him through a tree. Before X was sent flying, Naruto grabbed his leg and twisted him around and threw him forward. Naruto then blurred off with speed as he came down on X as he slammed his elbow right into X's back as X cried out in pain. As he hit the ground with so much force, his body dent right into it. Naruto picked him up by his hair. "Now, look at me," Naruto said. "I don't know who exactly you are, or where did you come from, but it was a mistake in attacking me." X looked in Naruto's eyes as his Sharingan flared. Naruto found himself in a dark world. No light, nothing. He couldn't even see his own arms. As Naruto smirked, "Cute," he said, as he started to flare the Fox Chakra. In an instant, the illusion was broken as Naruto was back holding X. X quickly did the same thing as he flared some of the Fox Chakra that was in his system as Naruto threw him back, as Naruto was caught off guard by that. "Hey, Kurama, this guy has your chakra," Naruto said. "It seems that way," said Kurama. "Something is strange about him. When I try to sense the both of you apart, I sense the both of you together." "What do you mean?" said Naruto. "It's like he's a part of you." "Huh. My arm," Naruto said. Kurama said. "I wonder if Orochimaru found a way to try and create a clone of me or something. That's probably what he did by creating this X. But where has he been? It has been 3 years, and he blamed me for something which I clearly didn't do." "Hey, you," Naruto said, looking at X, as X clenched his fists. "Don't refer to me as that," he said. "We were friends once before you betrayed me, and now you act like you don't even know me?" "Well, the thing is, I don't exactly know you," said Naruto. "What do you mean?" asked X. "Well, what do you know of me?" Naruto asked him. "You're Naruto Uzumaki, isn't that right?" "Yeah," Naruto said. "We were friends once, but then you betrayed me and left me for dead just because you wanted power. You want to be the only one to be a vampire." "You're a vampire as well?" said Naruto. "Is that even possible?" Naruto wondered. As he thought about it, "That sick, twisted bastard," he said. "Did Orochimaru put you up to this before he died?" "Who is Orochimaru?" asked X. "What?" said Naruto. "You don't know who Orochimaru is? Who told you that I betrayed you?" "It was Kabuto," said X. "He told me everything after fixing me up and make sure I didn't die by your betrayal after you tried to kill me. I hate to burst your imaginary bubble, but I never met you before in my life. But I think I know how you are here." "What?" X said. "You see, a long while back I faced off against this guy. His name was Orochimaru. He took my arm, and Kabuto was his servant. He probably got a sample of my arm and did something in creating you." "What?" X said, surprised. "Are you saying that I'm a clone?" "Exactly," Naruto said. "Think about it. You have memories that aren't even real because I never met you, I never betrayed you. So there's definitely something fishy going on here. I think you were created to take me down, but it seems like Kabuto greatly misunderestimated my power. He should know by now that if Orochimaru couldn't do the job, how could he?" As X looked down, "You're lying," he said. "No, I'm not," said Naruto, as Eva and Yujito appear along with Lady Chiyo. As Eva looked at Naruto, "Naruto, who is this guy?" "Well, that's hard to say. It seems like he's a clone." "A clone of what?" Yujito asked. "Well, me," Naruto said, as they looked at him surprised. "What?" Eva said as she stepped forward, as X stepped back. "Don't worry, I'm not gonna hurt you," she said. "Even though you called me a bitch back then, I should let you pay for that. But don't worry, I won't hurt you." As X stood there, "I don't understand," he said to himself. "Can I really be a clone?" I was created for use by that man Kabuto? As he clenched his fist. Eva then looked at him. You know, if you change his hair and give him the same eyes as you, Naruto, you two look the same way. It seems like you really are a clone, X. No, X said as he shook his head. These memories, all this betrayal, all this anger, all of it was fake? Meanwhile, with Black Zetsu, it seems like Kabuto released his weapon too soon. And now look what happened, he said. That dumb stupid fool. I guess we should report this to Pain, said White Zetsu. Yes, because no more fighting is going to happen here, as the both of them sink into the ground. As Eva placed her hand on X's shoulder. Well, if you're a copy of Naruto, we can help, but she couldn't get to finish that sentence as he backs away her hand. I'm not a copy, he screamed. I don't understand what is going on. I can't be a copy. That can't be. I am real. I'm a human being. I'm not some thing created from you, he said, looking at Naruto. I'm afraid you are, said Naruto. And you're gonna have to come with me. Huh? X said. Did Kabuto allow you to come here? Naruto asked. What? No, I came here to kill you. Yeah, that's exactly why you have to come with me. And why is that, he asks. Well, the reason being is that you came here on your own free will. So that means Kabuto doesn't have full control over you. So that means he hasn't turned you into a mindless puppet yet. So if you go back there, he will gain more control over you. Or he will somehow and some way create more beings like yourself to try and take me down for his master or whatever he wants, Naruto said. So I'm gonna need you to come with me. As X stepped back, I'm not some sort of puppet to be controlled. I'm not going anywhere with you. Sorry, but I must insist, Naruto said. As Naruto then looked towards the others. You guys go, I'll handle this. What, said Yujito? Gaara is in trouble, remember? Go ahead and save him. Make sure he's okay. As Chiyo nodded, he's right. We've been wasting a lot of time here. We need to go. As she was also still processing all of this. What's a vampire? What's vampirism? As she wondered what the hell they were talking about. And was he a clone? How was he made from him? And what's so special about this Naruto kid? Are you sure? Eva asked. Yeah, I can handle this, said Naruto. Now go and save Gaara. As they nodded. Alright, old woman, let's go, said Eva. Just wait until you grow old one day. You're gonna regret calling me that, said Lady Chiyo. As Eva chuckled. That's highly unlikely, she said. As they headed off. As X narrowed his eyes at them as he watched them headed off. Come on. Are we going to do this hard way? Or are we going to do this easy way, said Naruto. I won't let you take me. I already told you. I'm not some sort of puppet for anyone to control. I am my own being. And it doesn't matter if I was created from you or not. You're not the boss of me. Naruto sighed. Alright then. I guess it's the hard way, he said as his eyes flashed red. In an instant he was in front of X. X leaned over in pain as Naruto's fist was planted in his stomach. As Naruto drove his elbow into the back of X's neck. As X collapsed down to the ground hard. Naruto then brought down his feet to stomp down on him. But X rolled out of the way as he slammed his hand on the ground. A giant crystal burst from the ground, intending on piercing right through Naruto. But 5 bones erupted from Naruto's arm, stopping the crystal in his path. As Naruto then twisted his body as he fired the 5 bones towards X. X tried to dodge each and every one of them, but one of them pierced him in his leg as he collapsed over. Before he knew it, Naruto was already in front of him with his leg raised back. As Naruto planted his leg right into his face, as X was sent flying as he crashed through a couple of trees. As he slowly picked up himself. I won't go anywhere with you, he said. I'm afraid it's not an option, Naruto said as he appeared in front of him. As Naruto drove X's head down into the ground, X then smirked as a bunch of bones erupted from his back, piercing through Naruto. As Naruto dressed back a bit, as X looked up, but a fist planted in his face, sending him crashing down into the wall again. As he looked at Naruto confused. I've went through much more pain than those. You really think that would be enough to take me down, said Naruto. You're truly naive. I am going to give you an option right now. You come with me, or I kill you. I can't allow Kabuto to keep on creating guys like you. And I don't know if you're his only source, or what, but I will have to find his location. So come with me, and we will sort all of this out. Huh? And how are we going to do that, X asks? I am a copy of you. Do you really think that anyone would accept me in their village or anything? To know that the original is here, and I'm just a stupid old copy. I will be mistreated and treated like garbage, while you, the original, will be hailed as a superior. And I don't want that, so I will never come with you. As Naruto shook his head, you're really gonna let me do this the hard way? Before we fight, where is Kabuto? Naruto asks. I won't tell you anything. Well then, Naruto says, he cracked his knuckles. I guess I'll just have to beat it out of you. Meanwhile, with the group, they finally arrive at the cave. As Chio noticed the sealing process, as she saw that it wouldn't be so easy to get inside, seeing that it's a 5-corner seal and you have to find all of them and tear them off. What? That's gonna take too long, said Yujito. As she looked around, I have an idea, she said. And what is that? Asked Chio. Well, after this, Granny, you didn't see anything, said Yujito. What do you mean? Asked Lady Chio. Just be quiet, said Eva. As Yujito walked up to the wall, as she placed her hand on a large boulder. Lady Chio was quite surprised. Alright, now Nibi, said Yujito, as her hand transformed into the level 2 state of the Kyuubi. And she started to pump the chakra into the boulder, eating away the seal. As the boulder started to shake, as cracks started to appear all over it, as the seal was completely eaten away by the chakra, as she then jumped back as the entire thing exploded, as her hand returned back to normal. How is that possible? Said Lady Chio. That's a tail beast power. We don't have time to talk. Let's go in. When the group rushed inside, they saw the scene they wasn't expecting to see. As they saw this blonde guy sitting down on top of Gaara's dead body, and another beside him with a tail as he was hunched over. As Eva lowered her head, damn it, we failed, she said. As Yujito watched that bastard sitting down in Gaara's body, she didn't know the guy really personal or anything, but it just seemed mockingly. It seems like the other one isn't here. Where could he be? Said Deidara. As Itachi had told him, blonde hair and whisker marks. But he wasn't here. Hey, you people over there. Where is the blonde hair one with the whisker marks on his cheeks? Get off Gaara, said Yujito. You're disrespecting his corpse. Huh? You're worried about this? Don't worry, he's already dead. But I'm not talking about him. Where is your other teammate? Oh, you should be happy that Naruto isn't here. Because if he was, he'll be ripping you into pieces, said Eva, as she knew how angry Naruto would be to see this sight. As Lady Chio was staring at Sasori. Sasori? She said. Ah, Granny. Even in this form you seem to remember me. As Yujito turned, who is that? She asked. He's my grandson. Your grandson? Meanwhile, in the forest, the entire place was total, as trees, boulders, everything was smashed to pieces, burn marks were everywhere. As we saw Naruto standing over X. His fists were soaked in blood. As he was looking down, his shirt was torn up. As X was on the ground, his entire face was pummeled to pieces, but he was slowly healing. One of his arms were missing, but it was barely healing. As Naruto saw that, it was moving at a rather slow pace. What would take Naruto seconds to heal, it seemed like it's about to take him an hour or so. Even though you were created from my cells, you're not on my level, said Naruto. Your healing process is different from mine. It's much weaker, Naruto said, as he grabbed him by the face and thrust him into a tree. As X smashed through the tree with a boom. You had enough yet? Naruto asked as he walked up to X. As X couldn't even talk. Well, not properly, seeing that all of his teeth were also missing, as he just glared up at Naruto. As Naruto stepped over him once more, "I'm gonna ask you again, where is Kabuto?" he asks. As X just narrowed his eyes at him in pure anger, as he spit, as the blood caught on Naruto's pants. As Naruto shook his head, "You sign your fate," he said, as he grabbed X by the throat, as he started to squeeze. X has used out a lot of the Kyuubi's chakra that was inside his system, and it would take a long time to replenish. It was like basically normal chakra for a human. His body was nowhere on Naruto's level, even though he was a vampire as well. He was different. It seems like he could be killed in normal fashion way, but it would take a lot to kill him. But he could be killed without even decapitating him or burning all of his remains. And Naruto found that rather strange. That wouldn't happen when he turned a person into a vampire, right? Because he wanted them to be just like him, with their strength enhanced a lot and speed. But this guy was nothing like that. He was weaker, he was slower, and him using the bloodlines, they are not on the same level that Naruto used them. "This is it," Naruto said. "You won't talk. I guess I'll put you out of your misery." Meanwhile, with Eva, she was dodging explosive snakes and spiders from Deidara, as she then remembers something from her past. Why the hell was she remembering this? It was Ezekiel, the man that killed Marcos, her brother. She had killed his son before they ever came to this planet or anything, in war, as he attacked her and tried to kill her. But she was a lot stronger than him, even though he was a powerful mage, and in the end, she killed him. That is why Ezekiel was so hell-bent on killing them. As Eva wondered, why was she remembering all of this? And why now? Meanwhile, a distance away, there was a ripple being cracked open. It was like there was a space in time that was being torn right open. But guys, be ending this episode right here. If you want to see the next part of this, you already know what to do. Like, subscribe, comment down below, and turn that bell notification stay posted. Remember to share all of your friends in your social media platform. But for now, I'm out of here, guys. Stay tuned for the rest of the what ifs coming your way, and I hope you guys enjoy each and every one of them. But for now, I'm out. Peace.